Well, hello, friends, and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is National Sales Director Kristen Sharp coming in with your Thursday Thankful Message. And today, I want to talk about the art of asking questions when sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. I think many of you understand that it's $35 to join Mary Kay, and with our amazing eStart kit, you get, of course, the website and the credit card processing, and someone can upgrade the starter kit for an additional $90 and get the full-size products. But my question to you is, when someone gives you an objection or a concern about the Mary Kay opportunity or becoming a consultant, or maybe just wondering if they got it, right? That they can do this. How do you respond? What do you say? Well, today I want to share with you when people give me objections or concerns, whatever you want to call them, or reasons why they think they can't do Mary Kay. I want to share with you the questions I ask back. You see, I want to get people thinking. I'm not trying to convince them to do Mary Kay because then I have to convince them to work. I'm wanting them to see for themselves. I want them to figure out for themselves how this business can fit into their life, and for them to see why I believe Mary Kay would be a great fit for them. So a lot of times people say, well, I love the Mary Kay products, but I just can't sell. Like, I am not a salesperson. So when someone says that to me, I love to ask them, well, how have you liked the products? Or what do you love most about our Mary Kay products? Or how do you feel about just sharing the products with family and friends? Or I simply ask them, well, tell me more about that. When they tell me they can't sell, tell me more about that. Sometimes they go into the whole thing about Girl Scout cookies and how their mom had to buy all the Girl Scout cookies. I mean, it kind of goes in sometimes a crazy direction. But what I want her to figure out is that she loves the products and she's just telling people about the products that she loves and uses that she can, in fact, sell. So a great question is, what do you think about not having quotas in Mary Kay? Okay, I want her to start thinking and seeing that she can do this. Okay, sometimes people give me the objection, like, just, I don't have the money to get started. Sometimes it's the $35 even. They just don't have the money to get started. And I say things like, well, who do you know who would support you in getting started? Who do you know who could support you in getting started? Or how would you like to be able to pay for the starter kit? How would you like to be able to pay for the starter kit? You guys, it's interesting when I ask questions like that, like even who do you know who could support you getting the starter kit? I mean, people say things like, I think my dad would want to support me in this. Or, you know what? I think my brother, he's been wanting me to do something like this. Or, you know what? I think I could sell something on Facebook Marketplace to get the $35. I mean, it's interesting, instead of just going into all the things like, well, you could sell this, you could do this, you could do that, making her think for herself. Okay, what about this? When someone tells you they don't have the time or they're too busy, I love asking the question, well, how long have you been busy? How long have you been busy? Or when do you think you won't be busy? When do you think you won't be busy? Or what are you missing out on now that you want to have more time for? Or this question, how much time do you think a Mary Kay business takes? Okay, why is this key? I see so many of you say, oh my gosh, well, you could just do whatever you want with Mary Kay. There's no quotas, there's nothing you have to do, there's no time commitments. Okay, I'm asking these questions because I'm trying to figure out what are her preconceived notions of Mary Kay. How much time does she think it takes? Many times people say, well, 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week. A lot of times what they've already decided in their head isn't even the truth of how it works. But I'm asking questions, right? What it does, it helps you unveil her true concerns. All right, she might say, well, I'm too shy. I'm too shy. I might ask her questions like, well, who are you comfortable with? Or how would you feel if you had a script for your appointments? Or what areas in your life do you not feel shy? Or when do you feel most confident? I'm bringing her back to a time in her life in a place where she feels confident. And I'm asking her about that. Why? Because I want her to see that she can become confident in Mary Kay. It might be a process for her, but when she tells me about another area she's confident in, I can ask her questions. And I, through questions, can show her the correlation. Or what about this? Like, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I might say something like, well, what about yourself do you like? Or what qualities do you possess that you would want to share with others? Or who would you want to inspire in this business? I get this one. I want to think about it. And I usually ask, well, how much time would you like to think about it? She might say, well, I need 24 hours or I need a week, I say, okay, perfect. Can I call you in a week? Can I call you in 24 hours? I get permission. Or if she wants to think about it, I might ask her, well, tell me, is there any other questions that you would like to ask to help you make your decision? Is there any other questions you would like to ask me to help you make your decision? Or she might say, I got to talk to my husband about it. And I just ask her, well, how do you think your husband's going to feel about Mary Kay? Or what questions do you think your husband's going to have? I mean, even people that tell me they have to talk to their husband, it's so interesting when I ask that question, they're like, well, he'll probably just say it's $35. He'll probably, I think I could just do it. Or he's going to want to know if I'm going to be really serious about this. And so I would ask her, how are you going to show him that you're going to be serious about this? What would that look like? Sometimes people say, well, I love my other job. I just love my other job. And I'm always like, well, that's awesome. That's great. Could you use the extra income from a Mary Kay business? Or what do you think about having this to be something you do for fun or on the side of your full-time career? Or what could Mary Kay provide that your current job doesn't? What could Mary Kay provide that your current job doesn't? What's so interesting about that is I had a woman that was very successful that does love her other job and is paid very well. But when I asked her that question, she said, Kristen, I think Mary Kay could offer me friends. I can't be friends with a lot of people at my job because I'm their boss and I'm in charge. And that's gotten me in trouble sometimes. But I think Mary Kay could be my friends, my fun, a support group of women. She wasn't going to do Mary Kay for the money. She didn't even care so much about the discounts. She was excited about the community, the friends, the fun. Okay. You guys, the reason why I got really good at asking questions was because, again, if you're going in to try to convince someone to do Mary Kay, you're going to have to then convince them to work. And I want people to see for themselves that no matter what their age, their personality, their style, their background, that we have something to offer in Mary Kay. And that them being a part of our company not only can add value to their life, but can touch and add value to so many others. So I want you to think through some of the past sharing appointments or interviews you've done in the past few weeks. Have you just been throwing up facts about Mary Kay and trying to convince people? Or have you been asking questions about curiosity, out of curiosity, asking questions to have people reveal to you truly how they feel, and listening. We call it heart-centered listening. And it's not asking questions out of interrogation. It's truly because you're trying to really get to the root of what their concerns are and to help them see for themselves how Mary Kay can fit into their life. And you guys, sometimes after asking all these questions, it's still not a great fit for someone, and that's okay. But what I have found is even if they tell me no, a lot of times I have them thinking on a deeper level to even consider this opportunity in the future. So I hope today was a little insightful of how I share the opportunity and the art of asking questions. Perhaps you might even want to call back and listen to the questions that I asked and take a few notes. All right, this is National Sales Director Kristen Sharp signing off. Make today a day that counts.